No matter how big the bike, it all comes back to balance. I'm out here on the 650L to revisit one of the most important fundamentals, staying centered and letting the bike move beneath you. One of my favorite ways to reset my balance is with slow figure eights. Clutch control and light brake pressure. Keep the throttle steady. Use your legs and core to stay centered. Your arms can help coordinate all of it. Balance isn't about holding still, it's about small, constant adjustments. Keep your hips centered, knees light but engaged, elbows up and eyes ahead. Let the bike move underneath you, don't fight it. Just find a fun little bank like this to roll into and practice rolling backwards while keeping your feet on the foot pegs. Going up and down slowly using the clutch, throttle, and brake. All that is such good practice. Rut's tricky. Let's try it the other way. Kind of wheelie into that a little bit. So yeah, you guys, a couple quick pro setup tips, or well, at least tips that work for me and kind of what I've always done to my bikes. And I'll start with the obvious, the first most important, well, I guess they're all important, but the brake lever. So I always run my brake lever slightly higher than the foot peg, and you can figure that out by putting, you know, if you put a flat straight edge across, run good pegs too, like with good traction, like, and they're wider, easier on your feet. But on all my bikes, I've always ran my brake lever slightly higher than the foot peg, and that's because I like to do the slow wheelies, and when you're in that weird position, you can just get at the brake lever a little bit easier, like when when you slide back on the seat, it's easier to get at the brake lever the higher it is. But in general, I would just run the top of it flush with your foot peg. Mine's always a little bit higher for that reason. Next weird thing that I do, maybe not that weird, is my brake lever, or my clutch and my brake levers, I always run them, instead of being straight out from the bars, I run them quite an angle down. And the reason I do that is because I'm a stand-up guy, so probably 70% of my riding I do is usually standing on the bike, and that's my natural position when you're standing over the bike. I know a lot of guys like them straight out, but to me, that, like when you put your arms down, that's an awkward position for my wrist. Maybe that's just my wrist, but I find that if you put them down a little bit, it just feels much more comfortable. So I angle them quite down. I don't know, that looks like about 45 degrees to me or something if I had to guess. Something like that anyways, just like that. Same with your gear shifter, same as the other side. Just put a straight edge across your foot peg and run the top of the gear shifter the same as your foot peg, and you should be pretty close. If anything, maybe slightly higher. Mine looks a little bit higher. That also depends on your boots too. If you got big, thick, like sometimes I wear my Tech 8 Alpine Star boots, and those are, you know, they're pretty beefy boots. And you know, you like to be able to get underneath your foot peg easy. But don't adjust it way up high or way low to accommodate. Like there should be, you know, a happy medium so it doesn't feel awkward for you guys. That's about it for setup tips. Handlebars are in your, you know, you can, I can't tell anybody how to set their handlebars because everybody's a different height, but you know, just kind of a happy medium between sitting and standing, and then put it in the middle. That's always what I do. Like when you're in your, they call it attack position, or you know, your giver position. That's kind of, you know, you can feel where your bars need to be. Again, I set mine always a little bit higher than the average guy because, like I said, I'm a stand-up rider, and most of the work gets done when I'm standing. You're a much better rider standing, obviously, so I have bars and everything accommodates me for when I'm standing. My sitting position is usually when you're resting. So yeah, there's just a few tips, you guys. I hope that helps. Thanks for checking out my stuff. Next video incoming soon. Right on, bro.